Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my E3 2012 coverage for day 4, and this is actually the final day. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to combine 4 things in one, okay? I'm going to talk about what happened at the Nintendo 3DS press conference from last night, which I didn't get to cover because it was really late at night. It was like 10 or 9 my time, and by the time it was over it was like 10 or something, and I didn't want to post a video up really late, so I decided I'd do that one today. I'm going to talk more about some show floor games I saw during some coverage from other websites like IGN and GameSpot and stuff. I'm also going to talk about my predictions that I made for E3, if they came, did they come true or whatever. I don't know what the hell that was. Sorry about that. So yeah, I want to see what predictions came true, which ones didn't, which I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of them didn't. But yeah, we'll talk about that. And also at the end, I'm going to tell you my 10 personal favorite games I saw at E3 2012. Now, those games are not going to be in particular order. It's just going to be 10 games I thought were great. I might miss out on some games. And if I do, that's because, I mean, I'm looking forward to... What the fuck is that? Alright, I'm looking forward to them, and, but I'm looking forward to the other ones more. So, yeah. Sorry for that jump cut. I had to go check out what that fucking beeping noise was. It was my fire alarm. Don't worry, my house is on fire, so it's just screwing up. I don't know. It's all stupid. So anyway, we're going to start off with the Nintendo 3DS press conference, which was about 55 minutes long, very short. They only announced a few games, even though we already knew these games were coming. They showed more gameplay, no big announcements, but we'll talk about it. And we'll give it a grade at the end, too, because that's how I roll. So, the first thing they showed was Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate, which, to be honest, they keep showing this game, and I've seen it already, and I've seen it like 3 times on the show floor. So they showed it, they showed a trailer for it, which looks alright, you know, the story looks interesting, but for the most part, I've seen it already. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably buy it because it looks like classic Castlevania, except with, you know, modern-ish graphics. You know, it's 3D-ish graphics, but still a 2D game. So it looks good, okay? It's a Lords of Shadow, which means it might have a good story. So it's developed by the guys that did Lords of Shadow, so, or Lord of Shadows, is it? I don't know. Fucking ridiculous name. Anyway, next game was Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon, which, isn't that the title of a Golden Sun game? Yeah, I think it is, actually. But anyway, Luigi's Mansion, I think it's called Dark Moon. It could be something else. I might have read that wrong when it was up on there, but it was Luigi's Mansion 2 on 3DS, and it looks great. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I love Luigi's Mansion. I don't know why. It was always one of those games. It was different. It was cool. I liked Luigi because he was annoying. That makes sense, I guess. When I was a kid, I was annoying, so I just guess I felt for the guy. I don't know. He was looking for his brother, and yeah, I wanted him to find him so I could play as Mario besides Luigi. But no, I did like Luigi's Mansion. That was great. So I'm definitely going to probably pick this game up. Looks great. Super Mario, I'm sorry, Paper Mario. What the hell is it called? Is it Super Paper Mario or is it just Paper Mario? I think it's Paper Mario. Okay. Paper Mario Sticker Star, which this demo that they showed was like 15 minutes long, and it's this really a boring, annoying guy came up, you know, was all like, I'm going to talk and try to be funny, and I'm going to be annoying, and he stood up there for like 10-15 minutes to talk about this game. There's the beeping again. I don't know why. It's giving me a fucking heart attack every time I hear it. Anyway, it looks alright. I mean, it looks like Paper Mario. I do like Paper Mario, but it looks like it's going for more of a 1000-Year Door, that GameCube one, which is a RPG type game, and it has an RPG like turn-based style to it, which I like that game. I really did, and I thought it was a really cool, unique way of doing a Paper Mario game, or just a Mario game in general. Fuck. Okay. Only 30 more minutes. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. To be honest, I tuned completely out of this freaking trailer, and I think I've said that word about 30 times in the last 2 days, but I did, and I don't care. I just don't like Kingdom Hearts. So if you like Kingdom Hearts, it looks like Kingdom Hearts. The graphics are nice for the 3DS, what I saw, and I don't know, look up the trailer. If you're a big Kingdom Hearts fan, you've already seen the trailer, so Ooh, I don't know what to do about that fucking thing. I don't know. Anyway, they showed this. I don't know. This is the 4th time I'm talking about this game. Scribblenauts Unlimited. This time they showed it for the 3DS, and I'm just gonna say it looks like Scribblenauts. I said yesterday this is the last time I'm talking about Scribblenauts, and they showed it again. It looks good. It looks fun. Whatever. That's it. Fucking all the noise in this place. People in the background just doing their... Alright. Anyway, next they showed somewhat of a montage of games. They showed Lego Batman 2 for the 3DS. Actually, they talked about that a little bit. Then they showed a montage of this. Well, that game. And then they showed Transformers Prime, which is a new cartoon of Transformers, the video game version on the 3DS. Rabbids Rumble, which I'm just guessing is going to be a Super Smash Brothers type game with the rabbits from Ubisoft fame. I'm sorry, Rabbids. Not Rabbids. Heroes of Ruin, which is going to be a isometric type dungeon crawler, kind of like a Diablo or whatever. And it looks like it'll be fun. Pokemon Dream... I'm sorry, that was the last montage game. Now we're getting back into what they were talking about in the press conference, okay? They talk about Pokemon Dream Raider and Pokedex 3D Pro for the Black and White 2 games that are coming out. I don't know, they just mentioned it. I don't know, I guess they'll go with the Black and White 2 games, even though they're not 3DS games. But whatever. And the last game, they showed this in the middle, but this was the big one, I guess. New Super Mario Brothers 2 for the 3DS, which is coming out in like 2 months, 3 months. It's coming out August. It looks great. There's a lot of coins. There's a bunch of coins. You can turn pretty much almost everything into coins if you get like a special golden raccoon suit, I think, or just a golden flower. If you do, then everything you pretty much touch turns into gold coins. I'm about to kill that thing. I'm going to stop in a second and try to fix it, so sorry about that. So that looks great, and that was really it. The Nintendo 3DS press conference was less than an hour. It was kind of annoying with some of the announcers. There was no Reggie Fils-Aimé. There was no Shigeru Miyamoto. That was it. That was it. So it was annoying. They showed gameplay of games I've already seen gameplay of. A couple that I'm interested in, but for the most part it was disappointing again. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. It wasn't amazing, but at least they showed some gameplay for some games I'm looking forward to, but again, I could have saw this gameplay anywhere else, really. So, yeah. Anyway, there you go. There was a Nintendo 3DS press conference, and we go fix this thing, and then we'll talk about show floor games, predictions, and then my top 10. Alright, now we're back. Hopefully that thing is fixed. I think I did things. I don't know. So now we're going to talk about show floor games. I'm going to make this quick, seeing that this thing doesn't want me to take a long time, obviously, but yeah, alright, we're going to start right off. I've seen less games this time than I did yesterday and the day before, but I still saw a lot of great games. Alright, we're going to start off with The Walking Dead Episode 2, which is, of course, the second episode of the 5-episode series from Telltale Games about The Walking Dead, and I can't wait for this. And they said it's coming out at the end of June, which is bull. It should have came out episodic monthly. Monthly, not... Oh, April 30th? Okay, we'll release the next one June 30th. That's 2 months. That's not monthly. Jeez. It's... Whatever. So it's supposed to come out like at the end of June. I'm looking forward to it. They showed more about the whatever, like stuff that you did in the first one will come into play in the second one, and I don't want to spoil it. They spoiled some things there, so don't watch the interview if you don't want to spoil anything spoiled. But if you didn't play the first one, I don't know why you'd even look at gameplay for the second one. So there you go. Transformers Fall of Cybertron, which, oh, I didn't see anything about this game, like anything besides the trailer that was CG, but this game looks absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait for this game. This is easily on my top 10 this year, because I was like, it's on my honorable mentions, but now I have to fit it somewhere on my top 10 for the rest of this year, because that game looks absolutely gorgeous, and it looks so much fun. It really does. It looks like a much better version of War for Cybertron, which was a fantastic game in my opinion. I thought it was great. One thing that they decided not to do is put back the co-op campaign, which is sucky, but the thing is I never really played the co-op campaign, and when I did, to be honest, it wasn't all that great in my opinion. It wasn't. I mean, it was fun, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It was just like, oh, shoot everything. wasn't like there was a bunch of teamwork going on. I mean, there was, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like, oh man, it's like it's required to play co-op. No, it really isn't. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. It looks so good though. The next game they showed was Brave, the Disney Pixar movie coming out, the video game. And it's an isometric type of platformish beat 'em up game, and it looks very generic. It looks like a movie game that was forced into production like 3 months before the movie comes out and stuff. It looks like it will be better than most movie games. It looks better than Battleship or Madagascar 3, which, oh, you'll look forward to that video game review. But Brave the video game, nah, not all that great. PlayStation Brawl dude thing, that Super Smash Brothers game from Sony, of course. I forgot what it's called. I'm sorry. Someone's going to tell me. But you probably know what I'm talking about. They showed it at the PlayStation conference. Now, the only reason why I'm talking about this is because they actually showed Nathan Drake and Big Daddy from Bioshock, and Nathan Drake from Uncharted, of course. They actually showed them in action this time, which they didn't do in the Sony press conference. And it looks like it'll work out pretty good for these two characters. They really seem good for a fighting game, especially Big Daddy. He's a big hulking thug with, of course, the drill arm. He looks badass in there, he does. And Nathan Drake actually has some cool little moves in there, like he actually hides behind a barrier and stuff and like shoots grenade launchers out. And it looks really cool, so that looked cool. A new game that I didn't talk about before called Hawken, I think it's called Hawken, which is a mech game that is actually free to play. And the beta actually comes out this December, 12/12/12. It looks really cool. It's actually a fast-paced mech type game. It isn't a mech game, so it's not a mech type game. It's a mech game where you get a mech. It's very fast-paced. Everything is unlimited. All your ammo is unlimited. You just have to make sure you don't overheat and stuff. And it looks really, really cool. Graphics look beautiful. It's on PC only, I think, which is sad, so I won't be able to play it. But it's a free-to-play game from what I've heard, and the beta is coming out 12/12/12, so look forward to that. Star Trek the video game, which is based on, I guess, the first J.J. Abrams movie, which is actually coming out as a movie game for the second J.J. Abrams movie. It looks actually decent. You get to play as, I guess there's co-op multiplayer, and you get to play as either Spock or Captain Kirk, and you can use like tactics, like you can actually use like you can shoot at an enemy as Kirk, and Spock can go behind them and do the Spock pinch, what is it called, the Vulcan pinch, I think, and knock them out and stuff. And there's some tactics like that. The shooting looks a lot like Mass Effect, I'm just going to say that, but it looks like it's going to be a linear type game. I don't know, it looks like it could be fun for a rental, maybe even a buy if you can actually roam around in a spaceship or something, or actually go to different planets and stuff. If you hear about that and they say you can actually do that and it's free roam across different planets, then yeah, I'll definitely buy it because it looks cool. Now, another game, which is a Xbox Live Arcade Summer of Arcade game this summer, is called Hybrid, which is a new third-person shooter where you don't really move in the game. You just move from cover to cover, and you have a jetpack which you can move from cover to cover with, and you can actually go on the ceiling and use the cover on the ceiling and stuff. And it's a multiplayer-based game. It's made by the guys that made I can't remember, but they made other games that are really good from what I've heard. And I think it's from the makers of Scribblenauts, actually. Yeah, it is, I think. Yeah, it's made from the guys that made Scribblenauts. So, actually, I played the beta because the beta was was given out from GameSpot.com, which I watched the coverage for this game. And it's actually a pretty fun game, so you might want to look forward to that. If it's like 1,200 Microsoft points, then it's actually a pretty good deal because it's a very newish type third-person shooter. Trust me, when you play it, you'll see. Or you watch gameplay. Next game was Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, which is Sly Cooper 4, which I was not looking forward to before, but now after I saw gameplay, I gotta admit, it looks pretty Sly Cooper. So, I'm looking forward to it. You can pickpocket people, you can sneak around, you actually go back in time and meet other, I guess, the predecessors or ancestors. I'm always confused on which word it is. I think it's predecessors of Sly Cooper and stuff. And it looks like it could be cool. So, it's made by a different team, of course, not Sucker Punch, but they're hopefully making Infamous 3. which sadly didn't get announced. Alright, next game was Metro Last Light, which look really damn awesome. Yeah, I have to admit, the graphics are absolutely amazing. The whole demo took place in, I guess, like a destroyed building, and then they went from that building into an airplane that was crashed, and there was dead bodies everywhere, and I guess your main character is like flashing back to when that airplane crashed, and you can see all the, like, it would just show quick glimpses of everybody alive and having like fun or something on the plane and just talking and stuff. And then you went to the cockpit and you saw these two I guess what do you call them, pilots? I can't think of words ever, like when I need them. And it looked really cool because it showed the nuclear war going around, and then the airplane, of course, crashing. And the game looked gorgeous. I can't wait to try it out. I like 2033. I thought it was a really good game, but I lost interest, but I have to get back into it before I play this, because from what I've heard, there's a whole big choice at the end of 2033 that might make a difference in this game. I heard, like, very, very briefly, but I could be wrong about that. The next game they showed was the Amazing Spider-Man video game. I gotta admit, that game, being played by someone that actually knows how to play it, because if you didn't know, I did a video yesterday and talked about someone was playing it, and I'm guessing didn't know how to play it, and they were screwing up very badly. Here they actually knew how to play it, and the combat looks very Arkham City or Asylum. It's very like button mash friendly, and you can press Y to block attacks, jump over people, use special moves and stuff. And to be honest, I'm not saying a copycat. I'm saying every brawler should use that combat system. I think they call it like the free flow. That's right, free flow combat. And every combat game should use it because it never gets old. It really doesn't. Like I play Arkham City all the time, and I'll never get bored of that combat because it's so good. So I'm looking forward to that game. I love how the cameras were really close to Spider-Man while he's zooming. While he's web shooting his way through Manhattan. It looks damn good. I'm thinking of buying it. I am, but I'm still a little afraid. So I'll wait and maybe hear some reviews, then maybe buy it. So, yeah, Amazing Spider-Man. Next game was Hitman Absolution, which they showed off that the game, if you were wondering if Hitman Absolution was going to go away from the other games in the series and not be like mission-based where you actually have to go out and do hits, it is. It's going to be like that, except you're not taking missions from people anymore. You're just doing it for your own free will because you, of course, got like framed for something, I guess. Oh, well, you didn't get framed. I ain't gonna spoil it. You know, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it, you know, just in case you didn't watch the trailer. But so it looks really damn good. They showed a whole part where there's gonna be a bunch of like a bunch of people in a crowd and stuff. You can actually use them to your advantage and kill people that you're, of course, tasked to kill, as secretly, of course. And it looks so good. It really does. Hopefully, it's not gonna turn into a run and gun type game where Agent 47 is going to be way invulnerable and stuff. You could just pretty much go into the target and just shoot him right in the face and run out. Hopefully it won't do that, but yeah. Next game they showed, which was a huge one for me, was Aliens Colonial Marines, which, oh, I can't wait for this game. Gearbox, they know how to make games. I mean, Duke Nukem Forever, they didn't make that game, so I'm not going to tell them they suck for just making that. I mean, they made Borderlands, they made Brothers in Arms, they know how to make games, and here, oh god, this game looks so good. First of all, it talked about the Wii U and the competitive multiplayer in the game. You can play as a Xenomorph in the competitive multiplayer, which is, of course, the Alien. The campaign will be co-op multiplayer, so you can play with a bunch of friends. There will be acid blood from the aliens, of course, they have acid blood, and it will really affect you. You can play the entire game on the Wii U screen too, so if you play it on Wii U, if you buy it on Wii U, you can actually just shut off your TV and play it on the Wii U here. And you can also use the Wii U to scan for aliens with your radar, of course, the very popular radar. And that was Aliens Colonial Marines. I gotta say, February 2013 is going to be a very busy month. And of course, I'm going to be busy doing other things, which is sad. But next game was Tomb Raider. They showed a little bit more gameplay. They showed Lara Croft like climbing up on this broken down airplane, which I think they showed already before, but I don't think I saw it before. And it looks great. I'm going to say that right there. It does. I can't wait for this game. nothing amazing in the gameplay though. I mean, because we've seen it before and we already know what's going to happen with the gameplay because we've seen it before. I mean, I saw this gameplay before, but they just showed it again. I think it was like last year's gameplay. And they showed it again. It looks more polished and stuff. I'm still looking forward to Tomb Raider. It's one of my most anticipated games of 2013. I wish it came out this year, to be honest, because it'd definitely be in my top 5 for this year. So yeah, Tomb Raider looks absolutely gorgeous. What a way to end this, okay? This is weird. The way to end the segment for show floor games is to talk about Silent Hill game. That's a great way to start it. I mean, end it off, right? Well, this is Silent Hill Book of Memories, which is a Vita game that is an isometric shoot 'em up Silent Hill game where you can bring a bunch of friends in and okay. Silent Hill Downpour, I watched an entire playthrough of that game, and that game is not scary, okay? Sadly, it's not scary. I mean, it has its fair share of good moments, but it's not a scary game. And this game looks absolutely not scary at all. But again, don't judge a book by its cover. That's what the guy that was making the game, I guess, showing off the game said. And it does look okay. It has the grotesque monsters. You'll be fighting a bunch of famous monsters from Silent Hill, like Pyramid Head and the nurses and stuff. And it looks very grim. The environments look very grotesque. There is a flashlight, so it'll be dark as hell everywhere. You can bring a bunch of friends, but you can also lose them in other environments, and you'll be all alone and then get grouped on and get murdered. So you can get very tense from what it looks like. So even though this looks bad in my opinion, it still could be decent. So I'm gonna reserve judgment for when that game actually finally comes out, because it got delayed like 4 freaking times, just like every Silent Hill game that's been coming out recently. So I'm looking forward to it somewhat. So anyway, that's it. That's show floor games, and that was the last time. I know that wasn't really quick. I know it was like 13-14 minutes, but yeah. So anyway, the next part will be the E3 predictions, if I got them right, and then my top 10 games of E3 2012. We get into the E3 predictions for 2012. Was I correct? Let's find out. I'm just going to read these very quickly, okay, because I want to make this a little shorter, okay? So for Microsoft press conference, I said it will start off with Halo 4, which I was correct. So there we go. I said they might talk about the future of Kinect, which they did not, and maybe even announce what is in store for Kinect 2. They didn't do either. Show off the new Forza game, which they did. Got that right. The Rise Kinect game from Crytek, the guys that made Crysis, which they did not do. And show off another trailer for, or maybe gameplay for Fable The Journey, which they did. So, hopefully more Bioshock Infinite gameplay, which, from what I've heard, what the hell are they called? The guys that made it weren't even going to be there anyway with the game, so that didn't happen. And maybe a new announcement for it, and that didn't happen because they weren't there. So no new announcements for Bioshock Infinite. A new Remedy games announcement. Of course, Remedy Games is the guys that made Alan Wake and the 2 Max Payne games before Max Payne 3. And that didn't happen. Fortnite gameplay, the new Epic game that's going to be, I guess, a tower defense type game with zombies, I guess, a little bit. Didn't happen. A new Gears of War game, maybe even a spin-off. Yes, that did happen. Gears of War Judgment. Grand Theft Auto 5? No. No Grand Theft Auto 5 at all. A new Rare platform game, that didn't happen. And Tomb Raider gameplay, that did happen. So, there you go. Next is Sony press conference. Hopefully some more for Vita and the Move titles, like a new Killzone for the I'm sorry, let me fucking rephrase this. Okay, hopefully some more Vita games and Move titles, like a Killzone game, Call of Duty, or even a future PS3 exclusive release coming to Vita as well, besides Sly Cooper, which that did happen with the exclusive part, because the PlayStation Brawl game, or whatever the hell, is coming to the Vita as well. The only thing that wasn't true here is Killzone. That didn't happen. Call of Duty did, though. New Call of Duty game for the Vita, but no Killzone game for the Vita. And there was one Move title announced, and it looked horrible, which was Wonderbook. So, God of War Ascension gameplay, that did happen. The Last of Us gameplay, that did happen. Infamous 3, that did not happen, sadly. Quantic Dream's new game, that did happen, but it did not start off the press conference. New Ratchet & Clank platformer, because the last one was not a platformer, and that did not happen, but that might actually happen, but it didn't happen at the press conference. Sly Cooper 4, a new trailer, nope. A little talk about the future of PlayStation console. Not really. They showed more stuff for the PlayStation consoles, but that's it. And a new Uncharted game for late 2013, maybe even 2014. No. So now we go on to Nintendo. So, Nintendo, I said, will be completely focused on the 3DS and the Wii U, which was correct, pretty much. More Wii U and release date and launch titles announced. Wait, I'm sorry, what? More Wii U and release date announced and launch fuck. Alright. More Wii U, just showing off the Wii U, a release date, which that didn't happen, and launch titles announced, which that didn't happen either. So only more Wii U, that was it. Ugh. Brand new Super Mario Galaxy game on the Wii U, didn't happen. New Legend of Zelda, Metroid, and Kirby game to be announced for Nintendo 3DS, that didn't happen. None of those. Super Smash Bros. On 3DS gameplay, didn't happen. New Conduit game on Wii U, didn't happen. Gameplay for New Super Mario Bros. 2, Luigi's Mansion 2, Pokemon Black and White 2, and the next Rayman game on Wii U. Rayman did happen. Super Mario Bros. 2 and Luigi's Mansion 2 happened at the 3DS conference, so it did happen somewhat. Pokemon Black and White 2, they talked about it, but didn't show gameplay, which, to be honest, it's Pokemon. Doesn't really matter. So that's it. That was Nintendo. So again, I was pretty much wrong the entire time. Okay, next is EA. Dead Space 3 announcement and maybe some gameplay at the EA conference. That did happen. Dead Space 3 was announced and they showed gameplay. Bad Company 3 for 2013? Most likely not. It didn't happen. Gameplay from the BioWare Command & Conquer game at EA conference, didn't happen. Mirror's Edge 2 didn't happen. Dishonored gameplay didn't happen. Crysis 3 gameplay, yes, that happened at the end. Medal of Honor Warfighter gameplay, did that happen, or was that Microsoft? No, it wouldn't be Microsoft. That was when Black Ops 2 was shown. I think that happened at EA. So yeah, that did. Okay, Dragon Age 3 or an MMO? No. And new Need for Speed game, which I was correct about that. New Need for Speed Most Wanted got announced. So sweet. That was EA. So now Ubisoft, and this is the last one. New Far Cry 3 gameplay. Yes, that's what they pretty much started off with, which was awesome. Titties! Anyway, some Assassin's Creed 3 gameplay. Yes. More Rayman Legends. Yes. Hopefully some more stuff about Beyond Good and Evil 2. No. A Uplay update or a overhauled version? No. Rainbow Six Patriots? No. New Splinter Cell game? No. And these are the other games that might be announced during the press conferences. Like, not at the press conferences, but during just the E3 show floor. So, one thing I said was Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. That did happen at the Konami one. Which I didn't know was actually happening, so, yeah. Diablo 3 for consoles? No. Skyrim DLC or new Bethesda game? Skyrim DLC was shown. We already knew about that, but I didn't know if they would actually show the gameplay, but they did. Homefront 2? No. Grand Theft Auto 5 release date and details? No. So, there you go. There's my predictions, and now we're going to end it off with one last thing, which is my top 10 most anticipated games from the 2012 version of E3. So look forward to that. Alright, now we're going to talk about my top 10 favorite games from E3 2012. And this is in no particular order. It's not in a 10 to 1 order. It's just 10 games I'm really looking forward to. So, alright, let's talk about it. Alright, Beyond Two Souls, which is the new game from Heavy Rain developers. Can't wait for that. Assassin's Creed 3 looked absolutely phenomenal. Never thought I would be this excited for a new Assassin's Creed game again after Revelations kind of disappointed, but it still looked fantastic. Watch Dogs, which was probably the biggest surprise of E3, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait for that. Halo 4, which, oh yeah, oh yeah. Halo 4. I love Halo. So, and I know someone in the comments going to say, oh, you're a fanboy. Like, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. But fuck you anyway. No. Last of Us, that game looks absolutely amazing, especially at the end of the gameplay where he just goes up with a shotgun and says, hey, what's up? Bang! And Last of Us credits. Yeah. It looked great. Splinter Cell Blacklist. Oh, God, I love Splinter Cell Conviction. So I'm definitely looking forward to that game. Far Cry 3. Titties. And also a huge multi-island place for you to explore. Also co-op campaign. And multiplayer with, of course, a map editor. Can't wait for this game. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Aliens Colonial Marines, like I said before, looks so good. I most likely will get it for 360 besides Wii U, but still looks absolutely groundbreaking. Oh, actually, no. Actually, this might come out when the 360 version comes out, so I might actually get it for Wii U. If I have a Wii U at the time. So it looks amazing. I can't wait. It looks groundbreaking because Aliens didn't do so well in Aliens vs. Predator, so it's going to be groundbreaking for something, I guess. Dishonored, which... Yeah, it does. It looks absolutely amazing. I keep saying that, but it does. Dishonored looks so much fun. It's definitely it took the place of Bioshock Infinite for me for most anticipated game of October besides Assassin's Creed 3. Actually, I'm looking forward to this, maybe a little bit more Assassin's Creed 3. I don't know. It looks really good, though. And the last one is Tomb Raider. Looks so good. It really does. Lara Croft getting her origin story, and it looks like it's going to be an amazing one. So that was pretty much it, actually. So four segments, probably about 30 minutes long, but I had a lot to talk about for the last day of E3. This is day 4, and I did a whole ding of coverage. Also, if you did not check out my last coverage day, day 3, which only has like 52, 53 views, which... I uploaded a little bit late, and also all I called it was more show floor games, so why would anybody want to check that out? But I explained, I gave my opinion of some games that, have been shown, so you might want to watch that one as well. Of course, you don't actually need to watch it, you can just listen to it, because it's a video, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, it's a video where it's just me on the screen, so it doesn't really matter. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my E3 coverage for 2012. I'm also going to do a couple of podcasts for FinalSmash.com, which is a website that I write for sometimes. I'll post on my Twitter about it and my Facebook fan page. Also, go and follow me on Twitter and and like my Facebook fan page, and even friend me on my personal account on Facebook so you can get updates on videos coming out and also about stuff on FinalSmash.com, which is a website I write for. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the E3 2012 coverage. If I had to give E3 2012 itself a score, I'd say it wasn't a disappointment. I had a lot of fun watching some of the new games, a lot of games that were so amazing looking. Sadly, a lot of them aren't coming out until 2013, but still. I can't wait for more games to come out. I can't wait for the next E3 because I love just doing this stuff. Just watching new games, watching gameplay, watching the press conferences, laughing, crying, crying a lot. Master Chief. Yeah, I can't wait for E3 2013. So, anyway, I'll give it 8.5. It was a lot of fun. So, anyway, yeah, there you go. 8.5 out of 10 for E3 2012. Yeah! From my home, of course. I didn't actually go. But I hope you enjoyed this. Look forward to some reviews for movies coming out this weekend and a couple of game reviews maybe. And maybe even something else. I ain't gonna spoil it. So anyway, there you go. Thank you and goodbye.